Hey, today is Inauguration Day. It is January 20th, 2025. Donald Trump was sworn in as the 47th President of the United States just a few hours ago. Michelle had it up on TV, and it was interesting for me. I know everybody processes this stuff differently. Everybody's got our own unique perspectives, thoughts, ideas, beliefs about all of the circumstances surrounding this inauguration. And for me personally, it seemed a little weird to walk in and see the ceremony of it. It seemed for me disconnected from the greater reality that I'm coming to know more and more, the greater reality of who we are individually and collectively. And it just seemed like a show. It seemed like I was watching a show that was being put on for entertainment purposes. And honestly, isn't that what most movies or TV shows, isn't that what it's supposed to be? It's supposed to be entertainment. We can get emotionally invested. We can lose ourselves in the drama of it or the comedy of it or whatever it is. But I get for this, people could certainly argue that this isn't just a show. This has real world implications. Of course. I'm certainly not saying it doesn't. What I'm saying is, for me personally, looking at this, watching it, viewing it, it doesn't feel like it is as real as it used to. Less and less, this is seeming real. This is seeming like the shadows on Plato's cave. It's like I got up from the floor. I was watching the shadows on the cave wall, and then I went outside and realized those shadows aren't real. That's what it felt like to me in watching that. And I recall that a few months back, or a couple of months back now, after the presidential election happened and the results were posted and everybody knew that Donald Trump was going to be, inaugurated and become the 47th president, there was talk on news channels and stuff about, they kept mentioning this term, this phrase rather, a transfer of power. And they were talking about when Biden leaving office and Trump assuming office, they were talking about this massive transfer of power from, I've heard the office of the President of the United States referred to as the most powerful man on the planet. Obviously, it's always been a man in the office up to this point. So I've heard it referred to that way. And then these people are talking about this transfer of power. And it struck me that that discussion in those words, that phraseology in words matter, this speech, this messaging that keeps coming through, it continues to perpetuate this narrative and this belief system that we have abided in since time immemorial, just about, of that power out there. There's so much power concentrated there. There's so much power in the presidency. There's so much power in the government. There's so much power in these elites. There's so much power in those corporations. There's just so much power out there. And everyone can speak to evidential proof of how that power is manifesting and showing up and affecting things in our lives. For me, though, with the changes that have been happening, and many others are aligning with the capital R reality of what is infinite and what is real, what is true, that the true power, the real power, the infinite eternal power is actually here. It's inside of me. It's inside of you. It is within you. It is within each of us individually and collectively. And the more we come to know that, the more we come to experience that, the more we walk in that, speak in that, the more we dance in that, sing in that, the more we laugh in that, the more we work in that, the more we hug each other in that, the more we do life, we live life in that experiential reality that I am the power. I am. That you are the I am. The power is in you. The very power that is the creator of the universe, that is the substance of the makeup of the universe, is in you. It is in each of us. And so more and more, we are individually and collectively taking back our power, reclaiming the parts of ourselves, the parts of our lives, the parts of our truth, the parts of our reality that we have given away. So the real transfer of power, the bigger, infinitely greater transfer of power is happening right now, is this massive shift, evolutionary shift of consciousness, of us living our truth, our reality of who we are. So no longer giving away power over our bodies, no longer giving away power over our health, no longer giving away power over our wealth, no longer giving away power over our relationships, no longer giving away power over our education of ourselves and our children, no longer giving away power of our minds to the TV stations and the radio stations and the voices that are repeating and droning and spilling out more and more narrative that the power is out there. More and more awareness that God is not up there somewhere where we can't see him, and if he would just come to us, we would be saved. No. Right here. Right here. The transfer of power is our greater and greater awareness that it's already here. We already have it. We don't need a politician or a group of politicians to save us. We don't need the next guru to save us. We don't need the healthcare professionals or the alternative health professionals. We don't need the experts. We don't need the experts anymore. We are embracing and stepping into and living in and from our power. This is the transfer of power, the shift that is happening. We can watch the show and be entertained by it. That's fine. Meanwhile, let's step out of the cave and soak up the sun, take in the clouds, listen to the wind in the trees, blowing the leaves, enjoy all the flora and fauna, and take our steps and take our walk together. And let's enjoy our world, our planet, as we are the I am embodiment here and now. And we continue to take back, be aware, be cognizant, be intentional about taking back our power. It's the transfer. We don't have to wrest it. We don't have to fight the resistance. We just say, yeah, you know what? We own it. Yep. Gave away some power there. Gave away some power back there. Gave away some power here. Gave away some power here. I see where I've let those people affect me. I see where I let what they said affect me. I see where I gave away power over my psyche, over my mental state, over my health and wellness and well-being, over my peace, over my nervous system. I gave away my power of believing that I am sourced. I gave it away. Okay. Now I step beyond that. Now I step forward in my power. And I acknowledge what happened. I'll smile and I say, all right, I learned from it. Good. Good. Now where are we going next? Where are we going? That's far more exciting than this. And I may just glance over my shoulder and see what's on. They're showing that show again? Whoa. I'm just not as entertained by that show as much anymore. No. This is where it's at. This transfer of power here, of us living our true selves, our true reality, this is the exciting stuff. The best is yet to come. Man, what is it going to look like when we are living from our power when it comes to education, when it comes to health, when it comes to wealth, when it comes to travel, when it comes to stillness, when it comes to our relationships with ourselves and with other people? What is it going to look like when we're living in our power? When we encounter someone that is in a place of darkness, that is in a place of fear, that is in a place of shame, that is in a place of being completely and utterly lost or angry and coming at us because they don't understand, we'll be in a place of empathy, understanding, grace, love, light, and we will help them. We will help them to embrace and be energized in their own power in themselves. That's where we're going. That's what we're doing now. So at any point, if we ever hear the words transfer of power, awesome. That's a reminder. Remind, bringing it back to mind that we are the power. Let's go, man. Let's do this. Let's go.